Come on, man. Don't call me with this nut shit, man. Like, come on. What's up?
Oh my God, you lying. You lying to me, nigga.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what's up, man? What?
Who box you got in your face now? Come on now. I've been hearing some foul shit about you back at Uptown. Like, what's up?
Like, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Nah. You explain it to me, nigga. You know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I don't know nobody up here. I don't with nobody up here. I ain't with nobody up here. I'm not from Uptown.
Lying ass nigga. You ain't shit. Do I gotta holler her name too?
Who is she?
Nigga, you f***ing
I know you've been searching for a lover, but I'm not the one that's for ya. I will break your heart, destroy ya. I put money way before ya, destroy ya. Call my phone, I ignore ya. I'm on go, I can't slow us up. I go, I'm not sober. Pints on pints, lean on ice. Oh me, oh my, we so high. No, we don't sleep at night. We creep at night. Tryna me rob, taking your packs to we mob. Bitches in the mob, we gon' jump out, hop out, cuss with rods, and clear the scene. Bitch, ain't no way you gon' come between me and my cream. Bitch, ain't no way you gon' come between me and my team, me and my bros. We way too close, carving murals on your totem pole. Cry me a river, take this tissue, baby, blow your nose. Can't be your lover, you a freakin', everybody knows. Girl, I'm a demon, I'm pippin' and I won't retire. Gotta keep my distance, got a vision, gotta stay persistent. Gotta put that work in my time, baby, you don't deserve it. Work like a servant till I'm cruising low behind them curtains. Thanks for your service, but I don't need you, I'm gon' deceive you. Money make me evil, I ain't got no feelings, so I'm not gon' feel it. When you weeping your desires, I cannot fulfill them. When you weeping, girl, you're crying, I am not gon' hear it. You tweaking, pop my tires, I'ma pop your ceiling. I know you've been searching for a lover, but I'm not the one that's for ya. I will break your heart, destroy ya. I put money way before ya, destroy ya. Call my phone, I ignore ya. I'm on go, I can't slow up, I go. I'm not sober. Full throttle on the road. I made a killing, I've been dealing blocks of snow. I'm with some villains and we chillin' by the zones. Ain't been to sleep and I ain't even brush my teeth. I sleep when I'm dead or when I'm sitting to the feds. They give me head, there's too much problems on my conscience. Don't stress me out with all your drama and your nonsense. Gotta keep a promise, don't act crazy when I'm gone. Girl, leave me alone, don't you be blowing up my phone. Ain't in your business, don't be hollering about my hoes. Come where I'm living, breaking windows out my home. Don't you be stupid, don't be calling my PO. I make you vanish, got some that do damage. They been drilling when they killing, man, it's senseless.
Let's get it. Had to sort out some technical difficulties and things like that, because the stream was acting real bad. But yeah, we're back. Ha! Yeah, we rolling now. Not too crazy on the lag back. We rolling now. Let me tell that. We're back. And as you can see, if you read the description, this stream is sponsored by Comfort Team. Ha! Your boy locked in his first brand deal already, man. Yeah, y'all see what's going on. Shop Comfort with me now and get 15% off. Click the link in the description. Help me along this journey. Get you a sweatsuit along the way. You feel me? You get 15% off the whole site on like flash sale. Anyway, then you get an extra 15% off because of me. You feel me? Just off of the strip of Raleigh and this shit. You feel me? Then let's ball. You feel me? Yeah. See what's going on? Get y'all a better view. I'm leaving this VOD up. You feel me? The last VOD was a little laggy. This joint stayed up. You feel me? I'm very proud and excited about being partnered with such a aesthetically pleasing, you feel me? Aesthetically pleasing company. Not only are they aesthetically pleasing, their mission is to set out to help raise mental health awareness. You feel me? So I'm very excited to be a part of a company that's, you feel me, stands for mental health awareness. Like this hoodie and this sweatpants, like if you could see through the stream right now, you feel me? I'm a little, you feel me? I'm glitching a little bit, but no. If you can see through the stream, like this shit real heavyweight. Like I'm getting a little toasty in this joint and shit. I put the hoodie on, I start getting a little toasty in this because they say the heavily quilted material is to support anxiety. You feel me? To help relieve a little anxiety. And if anybody who know me, y'all know me, like I'm an anxious dude. Like, you feel me? It probably got a little ounce of paranoia splash into it, but for the most part, it's anxiety. Like, you feel me? I had multiple mental breakdowns in my past, you feel me? And every time it came down to it, it was always revolving around an anxiety thing. You feel me? Like, I'm having anxiety right now because I don't know how my stream is performing. You feel me? I tried to spark it 2-3 times within the last hour, and this shit was, you feel me, slowing down and lagging up. Like, so, yeah. We back, man. It's been a while since I streamed. But I had to get my affairs in order. You feel me? I'm still getting my affairs in order. Like I said, the strings is pulling me in a lot of different directions. And now look where we at. We with comfort. You feel me? It's crazy because if y'all see my first story time, and I gave y'all the story time about, and I explained how I had just came back from Cali. That was like a couple days after me coming back from Cali. But yeah, I explained how I went to Cali. When I went to Cali, that was my initial plan. My initial plan when I went to Cali was, you feel me, get down there and by a chance encounter, meet my nigga Desto Dub, owner of That's an Awful Lot of Cough Syrup, a brand that I really like, you feel me? And I still haven't purchased, I haven't got the opportunity to purchase a particular piece that I want to purchase for for reasons that I can't, you feel me? I can't really account for right now, but yeah. I went down there to meet him, and I didn't get the chance to meet him. But while I was down there, it sparked a lot of different ideas, and it opened my eyes to a lot of like other smaller brands that's just in Cali that motherfuckers don't know about. That's really dope, like, you feel me? But Comfort is not even that, but it all falls along the line of the same type of mission. You feel me? And it's crazy the way this Comfort deal happened. This wasn't something that I seen. I didn't like. I'm not going to sit there and gas it up like I was heavy on Comfort and I was trying to link with them and this and that. But the way it happened was, like I said, I've been pulling strings in a whole lot of different directions right now. You feel me? Recently, and you feel me, as far as Christmas, trying to get vlogs out, trying to get story times out, reactions out, pay bills and things like that. So long story long, I picked up a shift on like one of them payday apps and shit, like them pay same day pay. You feel me? You pick up a shift, you work, you get paid the same day, unless it's a W-2 shift, then you get paid within a week. But I picked up a delivery job for some company, you feel me? And once I got to the delivery job and I was getting ready to start my shift, they handed me off like 3 or 4 small packages, and they like, yeah, you take these small packages, you go park in your spot, and then you feel me, and you come back, and then we give you the rest of your route. So I'm all right, bet. I take the small packages, go load them in my car. It's only 4 packages. I'm all right, cool, bet. At first I'm thinking like this, all right, this is gonna be my route. It's only supposed to be a 4-hour shift, so I'm all right. It can't be that long of a route if they just giving me 4 hours to get it done. You feel me? But they like, I see in the job description that they saying it's like, yeah, it's like an Amazon type of vibe and things like that. So I'm all right, bet. Boom. I get the 4 packages, but when I go on my phone, I look at the route say like 27 joints, like 27 stops in like Doylestown or something like that. I'm like, hold on. I didn't sign up for all this. 27 stops? How you think I'm gonna get this done in 4 hours? So I'm like, hold on, they tripping. I go back in there with all the small packages, which I thought I went in there with all the small packages. I swear, honest to God, I did not mean it, you feel me? But I go in there, I take all the small packages in there, which this was included in it. I take them in there, and I'm like, yo, bro, I can't do this. This route is too crazy. I didn't know it was this far. I thought we was doing everything locally, yada, yada, yada. So, boy, like, all right, bet. Don't even worry about it. You feel me? But I ain't got no other route for you, bro. You just going to chalk this shit for the day. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I leave. I bip up out of there. You feel me? I leave. Boom. Now, like 2-3 days go by, and I realized it's a package. I forgot to take a package back into the building when I took the other packages back in. So I'm like, oh snap. I go to call the number. I'm tired already. I go to call the number of the bull. Boy, like, yeah, bro, don't even worry about it. We already wrote that joint off. So I'm like, all right. Now I cracked the joint open. I'm touching the package. I'm like, this feel like a blanket or something. I never had opened it at that point, but I'm touching. I'm like, this joint feel like a blanket or something. So I'm like, all right, bet. Now I open the package. I see the car. I'm like, oh, this is a sweatsuit. I'm like, all right, what type of sweatsuit is it? Boom, I bust it open. I see the size. The hoodie, size me. I'm like, all right, I'm medium built bull. You feel me? Feel me? I got the shoulder for it. I got the shoulders for it, the arm length, things like that. I'm right back. Feel me? Look at the pants. The pants say small. I'm like, hold on. Get in the crib, try them on. After I try them on, I'm like, hold on. This is a Raleigh Hendrix cut. So now I jump around the brand. Yeah, what y'all saying? How y'all gonna feel this? You feel me? TOG, comfort, come through, Raleigh Hendrix code. Where? Feel me? I wasn't expecting none of it. I was just shooting my shot. You feel me? Just like how you shoot your shot in the DM on a chick. You feel me? Yeah. I shoot my shot. They get right back with me. Like, yeah, at first they get back with me like, yeah, man, we appreciate the love, da da da. If you want, you can take a screenshot of your fit and things like that, and then leave a picture for us put a picture up on our page, and we'll give you a 20% discount on your next order and things like that. I'm like, oh, girl. You feel me? But after I see that, I'm like, hold on. I take that opportunity to shoot it a little further. Hold on, let me go to my ID DM to read what I said. Cause I'm not a good, you feel me, storyteller when it comes to saying what people said verbatim. I gotta sometimes read like what was said, cause this was just so organic and natural, bro. Motherfuckers would have thought this was a, you feel me? Motherfucker would have thought this was a industry planted thing too. You're like, how you only got 60 subscribers? He already got brand deals and things like that, commission rates, and like, you feel me? He getting links in on, you feel me? But yeah, Comfort is a brand that's been around since 2022, so it's perfectly fitted for me. Like, I've been streaming since 2022. You feel me? They represent mental health awareness. Anybody who knows me personally know I've had my fair share of mental health battles. You feel me? So it's like, bro, this was divine, ironic, and like just so God sent for me, I say. You feel me? Let me just go ahead and read the DMs though. What I say to them. I'm gonna roll up after this too. Or let me even DM. Who DM me? Okay, fine shit. Fine shit. We talking about that snow day tomorrow. Like, yeah, we hope it don't rain too. I hope it don't rain that bad neither, fine shit. You feel me? You see this fine shit, I hope, you feel me? I hope it don't snow that bad tomorrow, baby girl. Like, yeah, this shit gonna hurt my heart. It's so crazy tomorrow. I don't like the snow, bro. Hold on. You see? Where the Comfort vibe? They really changed my life. Comfort, you guys have changed my life, Comfort. If you guys come in here and see the stream, I'm gonna leave this VOD up. You feel me? Because it's gonna be the first Raleigh Hendrix X Comfort anything that's being publicized. You feel me? I got my campaign ads coming. I'm doing my real research and my real homework. I'm studying the inspo videos that y'all had within the, you feel me, the Notion page and things like that before I make any type of ad. I want this to be like, I want my first campaign ad to run up $1 million for y'all. I promise you. All right, boom. Right? Can I leak all that? I don't want to leak nothing that I don't want to leak. What? I laughed at that? That must have been AI Bernie, bro. AI Bernie being here doing a lot. All right, I can share screen. Can I share the screen? Yeah, I can share the screen. Ain't nothing too crazy. We can keep clean. Share the screen. No, I can't share the screen. Because I don't want to put, oh, you feel me? I don't know how Comfort feel about that. So I ain't even going to do that. Just no Raleigh big brand ambassador. I'm going to read the messages for y'all real quick. I mean, I mentioned them. They say, hey, we hope you are loving your new comfort purchase. If you'd like to share your feedback and include a photo of you wearing it on our website and Trustpilot, we can give you our biggest discount at 20% off any future order. Once posted, send a screenshot and we will drop the code below. Look, they was right. Yeah, they seen the vision. They're like, oh, we got y'all. We got you. Send a screenshot. We give you 20%. I'm like, hold on, but wait, I got something better for us. Comfort, I have something better. You feel me? I say, oh man, I feel honored. I am a content creator. I vlog, do reactions, and story times. If you guys would like, you can sponsor my next vlog to the first ever. You feel me? I can't divulge that on here. That's why I couldn't share the screen. So I would have shared the screen. I'd have leaked the next vlog. You feel me? So I'm like, I'm a content creator. I vlog, I do reactions and story times. If you guys would like, you can sponsor my next vlog to the first ever Netflix. Ooh, shit. Did I just do that like that? Oh, shit. All right, oh well. But they like, boo, great, thank you. So I'm like, would that be something you guys would be interested in? We could do a commission code and I'll do ad drops on my vlog story time. You feel me? Then I show them the analytics, like, yo, this is what the YouTube been doing in the past month. So, you feel me? This is just the trajectory. This is where it's going. This is where I'm at now, but this is where we're going. This is where I'm going with it. They say, okay, boom. I guess they did their homework. They get back to me. And they say, hi, I appreciate your interest in partnering with us. We aren't doing collaborations, UGC or PR gifts at the moment, but we are looking for people to join us through our ambassador program. You can find more info about that and apply here. Bam. I applied. They straight accepted me and said, bro, come on, bro, let's ride. Now you can go get Comfort 50% off on Comfort on the slide. Just click that link in the bio and get with me. Yay. Hold on. Let's see. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's see what it be in my chat. Ain't no love in the chat. That's love, though. We gonna take 2 pennies and make them rub, though. All right, now, bam. What we reacting to today? What are we reacting to? There's been a lot going on in the city as far as Johnny with the Mac, Oskino, RB35. I almost called him RB Cat because that's the RB I'm just so familiar with seeing on social media throughout the city, but I'm not too much interested in touching on them topics no more. You feel me? As far as like the city drama, I see Meek even went on stage. Meek went on stage and said subliminal things about Oskino. I'm like, bro, this is getting disgusting. Like Meek, like, oh my God, bro. Oh my God, what a city we live in, bro. You feel me? Yeah. I wasn't too proud about seeing that, man. I'm like, damn, Meek, you don't have to do that, bro. It's enough people, you feel me, for you to go up there during the Meek and Friends, bro. You know, time and positivity where it was supposed to be time and positivity. You go up there and say that, man. It's like, I wouldn't do that if I was ever in Meek's shoes, bro. And it's like, I'm gonna always be a Meek supporter when it all boils down to it. But at the same time, I'm the type of person, I'm the die easy fan of everyone. If Meek rap today or he do something that compromise anything I believe in, I am good off him forever. And that's the same way with any of these celebrities. I don't know none of these people personally, so I can't have personal biased feelings for them ever. And that's with sports, everything. I'm die easy with everything. Eagles, they lost 4 straight. They lose another 2 straight, I'm out of there. And they lose another 2-3 straight, I'm out of there. They're not about to frustrate me every week. Fuck that. Nigga, y'all better get that shit together. Forget all of that. But yeah, let's talk a little bit more about Comfort, because this is the first Raleigh X Comfort. You feel me? The first Raleigh X Comfort stream. And Comfort is a company that was founded by my boy Hudson in 2022. And they strive and thrive on promoting mental health awareness from the messages they put out in ads through the actual quality of the clothing. Like, you feel me? This is a heavy material. Like once you guys tap that link in my description and you get yourself a good piece, you feel me? A good nice piece, whether it's a flare bottom like this, or it's a, you feel me? I'm more of a jogger type boy. You feel me? I wanted rather the jogger type vibe, but this is a very cozy vibe too. This is the crib vibe. You feel me? You feel me? Running around all day, hopping in the bed. You feel me? She feel like I'm walking around in a blanket all day. I ain't gonna lie. Like, this is the type joint, this is the type hoodie you give a chick, she come to the crib. You feel me? She get a little cool. Y'all watching a movie or something, chilling in the living room, huh? Throw this hoodie on. She gonna, oh my God, she gonna fall asleep in this joint. Promise you. You lay down anyway, the wrong way with this hoodie on, this sweatsuit on, you're falling asleep. I promise you. And I'm not just saying it just because I'm a brand ambassador for this wonderful company. You feel me? This is really a great quality of work here that I got on my back. This is great quality pieces of work. You know what I mean? Excuse the vernacular, but I'm still getting it all. You feel me? I'm still getting everything intertwined. You know what I'm saying? That's ball though. I roll my pressure. You feel me? But yeah, we're gonna react to some videos today. And y'all know me, the stuff I react to is already based around mental health awareness. Like a lot of this crime that be going on in the everyday life, in the everyday society, be because people don't treat their mental health pitfalls and breakdowns. Feel me? Like I said before, I've had my own mental breakdowns and my mental pitfalls, but what saved me and always brought me back to square one was having a great support system. Feel me? Having a great companionship as far as like the friends that you allow into your circumference and into your life. You feel me? That's why I feel honored to be a part of Comfort. They put me in the brand ambassador program. They linked me in with the Discord. I'm in the Instagram channel. We wake up to positive messages all day, like nothing but positivity. I'm seeing, like, I thought at first when I was doing my research on like what's going on with the brand and all that, I was seeing a lot of, you feel me? I thought it was just a one-sided, you feel me? Just I thought I was the first or one of them the first black brand ambassadors. But once I started doing my research, I see that they got a bunch of, you feel me? This is a multicultural type of brand. This is a open-minded type of brand. Even the guy Hudson, the owner of the company, the founder of the company, he's had his own mental pitfalls before. He's been through homelessness and things like that. So it's like, it's perfectly fitted for a person like me. Like, bro, we come from similar but completely different walks of life, but we both can relate to each other because we both had mental pitfalls, and you feel me? We know what it's like to be down and out and get back up and really keep striving and keep creating, and you feel me? Shout out to Hudson. He created Hudson. He created Comfort in 2022. I started streaming in 2022. I fell down and had a legal situation that pushed everything back, pushed my trajectory back a little bit. But what's most important is that I'm on it. I'm back on it now, and I'm locked in now, and my mind is just grand now. I don't see nothing ever penetrating this mental state that I'm in. I can't see nothing that's ever breaking down this mental state I'm in, especially now that I'm sponsored and backed by Comfort. Like, I'm coming ultra comfortably. You feel me? Ultra comfortably. You feel me? I gotta put the T in there. You feel me? For the comfort, so you can understand it. Like these sweatsuits, like this sweatsuit alone. Like I don't feel like no type of pressure when I got this sweatsuit. I know I look good. I see why they say this should support mental health because like you know you look good, you feel good. Like then you hit it with the right cologne. You're like, no, I'm set. Walk in any market, movie theater. You feel me? I'll go to the club like this. Comfort. Wait till I go. Wait till I get in real campaign ad bag and really, you feel me? TikToking, reeling down and things like that. Yeah, I think y'all seeing my face now on the YouTube timing. Watch this. Y'all about to see my face everywhere. Comfortably. I can't even get the word out. Fuck it though, we ball. Man, what's the word? I'm about to call niggas, matter of fact. Let me call niggas for my burner. This I wasn't using my burner. I gotta use my burner before, you feel me? Call Mike. I'm gonna call him an auto. I already tell him come join my live so we can do reactions together, nigga. He's not gonna answer. He ain't finna answer. All right, what do we got? This shit coming in hot, so we're gonna react to this right now. You know what I mean? YouTube, you see exactly what's going on. We back with another reaction. And tonight, we reacting to my man, American Confidential, another Philly blogger, and his coverage on. We're reacting to American Confidential's coverage on From Puerto Rico to Kensington, the Weymouth SL indictment. This is something I've been keeping up with throughout this whole inception. You feel me? Because I was in the midst of all of this in 2022. In 2022, this is where I caught my case at. You feel me? This is why I was moving around like that down there. This is what was going on down there. We're about to tune in right now.
This is the 3100 block of Weymouth Street.
I gotta use the bathroom too. Hold on. All right. All right, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Yeah, we still on V's. Shout out to Comfort. Go get your sweatsuit now. Code Raleigh Hendrix. 50% off from me. Show me love. I show you love. Bop. See what they on back Weymouth. Yeah, she was treacherous down there. Down there, that shit get treacherous, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Hold on.
In North Philadelphia.
It's a massive drug trafficking conspiracy spanning nearly a decade.
What federal investigators called ground zero for a long-running drug operation in plain sight.
Involving tremendous volumes of fentanyl and narcotics.
Those people you see lining up, allegedly customers for fentanyl, heroin, cocaine.
And see, like me catching my situation in 2022, I look at it like it was God. You feel me? That was God's plans, bro. Because that whole bid, I was really breaking down everything I was doing for the past 7 years and how I got to the point that I was at that point. And it was like, bro, I was not focused. I was not focused at all. And then I say that it was God because the particular motherfuckers, the particular people I was running around with at that time, all fell into an indictment within 2 years after I caught my situation. So if I never caught my situation, I probably would have been still within them same type of circles, and I'll probably be under an indictment right now. Simple. It was God.
And more.
Estoy odiando las más duras con un vasito púrpura vestido con ropa oscura. Salgo y lo mando pa'l gula. Gracias a la...
Sold openly around the clock for years until now.
We have permanently removed a drug trafficking organization out of the streets of Philadelphia, and they're going to stop pouring guns and chemicals and drugs into our community.
Are they really? Are they really? Sorry, no. Okay. Hold on. Yo, he was, hold on.
And chemicals.
Hold on. Too bad.
The feds say the operation revolved around one man, Jose Antonio Morales Nieves, aka Flaco. Prosecutors say he ran a drug network that stretched from Puerto Rico to the Kensington neighborhood of Philadelphia.
Patroncito, patroncito, muertito. Te pato la cara con mi Draco y lo repito.
The Kensington neighborhood of Philadelphia has long been documented as the epicenter of the opioid crisis in the northeastern United States, a jaw-dropping, in-your-face, open-air drug market that operates with a degree of visibility and impunity rarely seen in modern American cities. However,
Absolutely, that is no exaggeration. You go down there as soon as Frankfurt turn into Kensington, it get ugly, it gets bad. It gets sad. It's trauma, it's drama. Don't go down there.
Indictment and subsequent investigation of Weymouth Street and their operations by the FBI offers a granular, almost microscopic view into the machinery that powered this blight to the community. The 3100 block of Weymouth Street has plagued the city of Philadelphia for years, as it functioned 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Addicts can come to buy fentanyl, cocaine, and crack up and down the block. Weymouth Street, funded in part by...
They had to do it. They had to do it at least 1,000, 2,000 B's that day. Look how many people. These are all players. Players in my city where I'm from is what we refer to as J's, junkies. This block right here, they must have been giving out samples this day right here. You feel me? They coming to get that. They trying to see what's that new work about.
Fentanyl, cocaine, and crack up and down the block. Waymo Street, funded in part by their connects in Puerto Rico, some of the most violent and notorious Rican gangs. The government alleges they used multiple occupied and abandoned houses and lots on the block, as well as trash cans, ground drains, cars, tires, porches, basically anywhere to store small to medium amounts of drugs in easily accessible places. In addition to the stashing of drugs in various locations along the 3100 block of Waymo, they allegedly used several off-the-block locations to package and store drugs that they delivered to the block through re-ups. Up until August 2025, when the FBI searched both locations, Waymo used a house on Talcahuano Street as a bag house for fentanyl, and it used a garage on Rover Street as a stash house for crack. Waymo also used a particular lot on Waymo Street.
See, and my thing would it be, right? If they was doing this for this long, why did y'all wait for this amount of time, this long, to bring an indictment down on these people? Y'all know that the stash spots was here and this was that. What was taking y'all so long to bring this case down on these people? You feel me? Like, they done already did enough damage. It's already did, like, the organization is already fully organized. Y'all think y'all indicted though.
As a meeting place, stash location, and location to cook crack. They called it the bunker. It consists of a drywall structure with a physically connected tent structure with a door in between that can be opened or closed. Over the course of the FBI and Philadelphia Police Department's investigation in the case, about 4 keys of fentanyl, 727 grams of crack, and around 4 keys of powder cocaine were seized, either from controlled buys, arrests on the block, or the execution of search warrants. The government says that those relatively small amounts do not come close to representing the enormous quantity sold by Waymo over the 9-year conspiracy that was charged. A conservative estimate, as the evidence underlying the case will show, is that Waymo, for the 9-year period that was charged, trafficked roughly 10 to 18 keys of fentanyl and 16 to 30 keys of crack to buyers in the Kensington area. Waymo represents what the government called a state of exception, where standard laws were suspended by force and commerce for nearly a decade, from 2016 to late 2025. Waymo Street operated and maintained its dominance not through just drug sales, but through the establishment of a parallel type governing structure.
So damn near 10 years, and y'all just now bringing down an indictment? This is a Fed indictment, right? Hold on.
Involving payroll, shift work, infrastructure like management, and, of course, violence. The investigation culminated in a 41-count federal indictment, which will reveal a well-organized operation that was able to absorb repeated law enforcement shots, including...
Damn. So you see how the feds play? They've been waiting 9 years. They sat on these balls 9 years. That's dirty word.
Raids, arrests, and seizures, only to recalibrate and expand their operation. This video serves as a foundational dossier organizing thousands of pages of court documents, wiretap transcripts, and surveillance logs into a cohesive narrative. It dissects the organization's hierarchy, its legal indifference to its customer base, and its sophisticated network stretching from Puerto Rico, and the disturbing cycle of recidivism that allowed convicted murderers and career criminals to operate the block without fear of arrest. The hierarchy structure resembles that of the mafia. The resilience of the Waymo group stems from its biological and romantic composition. Unlike strictly transactional gangs, Waymo is built upon a core family tree with layers of loyalty and complicity that are difficult for the law to penetrate. The leadership structure includes moms, dads, cousins, sisters, wives, brothers, sons, and everything else, and of course violence in its enforcement. At the center of the conspiracy,
I ain't gonna lie. It's statute of limitations beyond this on this particular story I'm about to say, like, but nigga, you see how they saying the hierarchy is basically moms, sons, daughters. That's facts. That's how it's always been. Like, I caught my first case in 2014. Now, Cambria and Mashing. And when I tell you they had 15-year-olds basically being managers of the block. You feel me? Just because it was a family business. You feel me? It's basically treated like a family business amongst a lot of these people. So it's like they don't even be having a choice. They want to go to school, whether they want to go to school. No, you got to run this block, nigga. You my son, nigga. I'm getting these birds in. I'm getting these birds to these couple blocks, so you got to manage these blocks, nigga, because if I die today, you going to be the one that's going to have to do this shit. That's how they play down there. That should really be family oriented. Like through and through.
And Nancy
What happened?
Rios Valentine, described by federal prosecutors as the quote glue of the organization. Her power is derived from a trifecta of relationships. She is the sister of Waymo's deceased former leader, Fella. She is in a romantic relationship with who prosecutors say is the current street boss, Ramon Roman Montanez, and the sister of the chief enforcer, Angel Rios Valentine. Nancy's role defies the traditional girlfriend archetype often seen in blockbuster narco-trafficking movies. The evidence places her in an executive capacity. Nancy didn't merely pass messages, she actively managed the shift schedule. Evidence includes handwritten ledgers and text messages where she assigns specific caseworkers to time slots on the block like 7 to 3, 3 to 12, 12 to 7, etc. This schedule had an almost corporate-like rigidity, ensuring 24-hour coverage of the block. She was responsible for the collection of the drug money. Seizures at her residence on Waymouth Street, which the FBI calls the headquarters, yielded hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash. $55,000 was seized in 2018, $124,000 in cash in 2022, and just recently in 2020.
They knew the feds was coming. They took 50 in 2018, then they took 124 in 2022. No, they knew they was coming. They knew. They knew. What is this pipe? What is this? Nobody got this number. What is this? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, stop playing on this phone, you heard? Literally, nobody has that number. I don't know how that just happened, but
25, another 24,000 was seized from the property. Surveillance and wiretaps captured Nancy Rios Valentine directing the resupply of the corner runners. In one intercepted call, she coordinates delivery of quote white rice, which is
Nancy, you were supposed to switch this spot up when they took that 50 in 2018, Nancy. I'll do it. Yo. What's that word? Dude, why you playing? Who just called my phone? It's my burner, bro. I'm live. You on stream right now, nigga. I'm live, brother. Yeah, this is my burner. Save my phone. Save this number. I'm in the middle of a reaction. I knew that was him though. Damn, you made me forget what I was saying. But yeah, Nancy, you supposed to switch the spot up in 2018. Nancy? I mean, it was on y'all regardless, but
is cocaine, making sure that the inventory levels match the customer demand. Her authority even extended to discipline. On March 17, 2025, she was photographed publicly chastising a low-level street dealer, Lewis Williams, for money discrepancy. Immediately following her cursing him out, enforcers physically assaulted him, demonstrating that her word was backed by immediate violence. Viejo served as the daily operations manager and the romantic partner of Nancy Rios Valentine. Living with her on 3100 Waymouth Street, he turned their shared home into a fortified command center. Viejo's leadership style was characterized by pragmatism regarding the deadliness of
somebody had a
fentanyl.
camera on them. One of them niggas had a look. That's how it should be down there. It'd be a lot of rat business going on down there. I'm not gonna lie. If you're not from down there, you go down there and you try and jug and you feel me? And they fear you. They telling on you. They gonna get granny to tell right on you. They gonna get auntie to tell right on you. Get you right out the way. That's how they play down there. Look at this shit. Nigga had a camera right there. Got Viejo right on cam. Nasty.
He was the primary liaison with the guys that would cook up and the supplier. His role involved personally testing and approving batches of fentanyl. He coordinated with upstream suppliers to ensure the continuous flow of food or heroin and hard or crack cocaine. Unlike many leaders who insulate themselves, Viejo remained hands-on, personally conducting sales of up to 50 to 100 bundles on the street to high-value customers and participating in controlled buys with FBI informants. The ultimate authority of the Weymouth operation was Jose Antonio Morales Nueves, or Flaco, who operated with a level of insulation provided by distance. While he maintained ownership of the block in Kensington, he frequently resided in Luquillo, Puerto Rico. His extradition from Puerto Rico in October 2025 marked the culmination of the federal investigation. Flaco functioned as a financial backstop and the quote bank for the organization. Despite reporting zero legitimate income, he frequently posted significant bail amounts for block runners and dealers, ensuring their silence and return to the workforce. Records show that his mom, Elizabeth Valentin Colon, would act as surety for the bail of up to $25,000 for Weymouth members. Angel Rios Valentin, brother to Nancy and a dead former leader, fellow, represents Weymouth's capacity for violence. A career criminal with a federal firearms conviction, from 2020, he returned to the organization immediately upon his release from prison. His role was the protection of the enterprise's assets and territory, basically the muscle. He stockpiled an arsenal of war-grade weaponry. Upon his arrest in October 2025, while he was on federal supervised release, agents recovered a Glock 40 caliber pistol, an Anderson MFG assault rifle, a CD Defense semi-automatic assault pistol, an Aero Precision M4 E1 assault rifle from his residence. Weymouth operated with...
No, them niggas was having some toys. Fuck toys, them niggas was having some machines. What? No.
With a sophistication that mirrors legitimate business firms. They utilized a hub and spoke distribution model, keeping bulk inventory in off-site locations or stash houses and moving just-in-time inventory to the retail location on Weymouth Street to make sure things were always running, including during police raids. The organization had multiple properties to spread the risk out. Effectively, 3100 block of Weymouth Street acted as the retail floor, an open-air drug market open 24/7. Another house on the block was the quote headquarters. This is where Nancy Rios and Roman Montanez lived. Right next door to that was the bunker. This is where Weymouth leadership would cook and prepare crack, especially constructed drywall/tent structure used for meetings, cooking crack, and avoiding surveillance. Right down the street was what they called an overflow stash house. This was used to store guns and bulk amounts of drugs. The house on Talcahuano Street was the fentanyl stash house, as I said earlier, ran by Sandino Hidalgo Genayo, or Domi. The garage on Rorer Street acted as the crack stash house. This is where Joey, or Joel, would operate from. Talcahuano Street, managed by Domi, was described by the FBI.
And the way American Confidential be breaking it down, he go on a Google Maps and he take you right to the spot and like, damn.
As the engine of Weymouth. Here, bulk fentanyl was cut and packaged for sale. The investigation showed a disturbing lack of care for the potency of the product. On July 26, 2025, federal wiretap captured a conversation between Viejo and Dome that they say encapsulates Weymouth's philosophy. Viejo says, "If you can make it just a little bit stronger, that'll be good." Dome responds, "Bro, if I make it any stronger, it'll kill him." Viejo then says, "Okay, then leave it like that. Check to see if you can make it burn later." The FBI says this exchange confirms that the leadership was consciously aware that their product was deadly. Viejo's concern was not for potential overdoses, but rather the aesthetic quality of the drug when they talk about it, quote, burning lighter to appeal to user preferences. The raid on this spot yielded over 2 keys of fentanyl and thousands of stamped bags ready for sale. Weymouth Street utilized branding to differentiate their product in the competitive Kensington market. They used ink stamps on their wax paper baggies, creating recognizable product lines. Identified stamps included Rifle or Ric Flair, Santa Muerta, Ocho Blanco, Debo, Little Devil, and Junkie Love. Weymouth understood the cycles of addiction and government assistance. Evidence shows that on the last day of the month, immediately before welfare benefit checks were issued, Waymo would flood the 3100 block with free samples of new fentanyl. The FBI alleged that this predatory marketing tactic was designed to increase user dependence on their specific brand, right as customers got their check. Surveillance images from October 31st, 2025 show crowds swarming the block for these free handouts. The FBI says Waymo's, quote, labor management was formalized. Handwritten ledgers recovered from Nancy's house on Waymo Street, which the government called the headquarters, like I said, detailed a rigid shift schedule, 7 to 3, 3 to 12, 12 to 7. The ledger lists specific workers for each slot, like Nan for Nancy, Panza, who was killed back in October, Eli, Moya, and Chippy. Workers were paid based on sales volumes, with proceeds divvied out daily at the headquarters. Wiretaps captured Chicken or Javier Resto Barrios discussing the financial necessity of picking up extra shifts to pay bills, showing the position of the lower level dealers. Waymo maintained its territory through a calculated projection of power. This was allegedly achieved through physical violence, the accumulation of power, and the sophisticated use of social media propaganda. They didn't rely on random weaponry. They amassed a paramilitary arsenal. The seizure of multiple assault rifles like AR-15s and AK-47 variants, semi-automatic pistols with extended magazine, indicates a readiness for war, says the FBI indictment. These weapons were placed in, quote, strategic locations like stash houses and under cars on the block. A distinct feature of Waymo was his use of
and that's one thing about Kensington. Motherfuckers would think, people would think it's nothing but just fiends and just hustlers and things like that. They be thinking don't nothing violent be going on down there, because majority of the things that happen down there, they don't report it on the news. They don't make the news or the newspaper down there. It be so much going on down there, they can't report all that. Like, should be really going on down there.
YouTube music videos to, quote, intimidate rivals and allegedly recruit young bulls. Waymo made videos filmed directly on the 3100 block. Videos like Philly Boy in April 2024 features Elio, Chippy, and Grande, who the FBI says were brandishing firearms and flashing gang signs on the very corners they controlled. Pantracito in November 2023 features the now deceased leader, Panza, brandishing a firearm while lyrics explicitly threatens rival. I'll get you with Panzo with Draco and you're stiff, is what the FBI says the lyrics translate to. The video 23, which came out in May of 2024, features Grande holding stacks of what the FBI says are drug proceeds on the block. The lyrics taunt law enforcement. You die today or you die today. I'll make sure of it. They told me the facts. You're talking to the DEA, says the indictment. Kyle Ken shows a co-contributor on the stoop of Waymo's bunker holding a handgun with an extended magazine. The FBI says these videos were not merely artistic expression. They were proof of the gang's aspirations for domination. The FBI says that Waymo constructed a physical stronghold known as the bunker on Waymo Street. I've described this earlier. It consisted of a drywall structure attached to a tent, providing a private space for cooking crack and conducting business away from street view. However, the FBI managed to install a covert video/audio recording device inside the bunker. This device captured high-definition evidence of defendant.
Bro, they let the rat put a video inside the kitchen. They don't get no smarter than the feds. That's all it's like. As much as crime documentary, gangster documentary videos I've seen and things like that, one thing I know is for sure and for certain is ain't no outsmarting the feds. You gonna outsmart them one way, they gonna outsmart you in another way. Shit, sick. Said they had the joint in the bunker. What?
It's cooking crack, and they had Roman Montanez and others discussing business strategy. The presence of Nancy's sister, Elizabeth, during the drugs discussions shatters her defense of non-involvement. One of the most damning aspects of the drugs that others discussing defendants cooking crack, and they had Roman Montanez and others discussing business strategy. The presence of Nancy's sister, Elizabeth, during the drugs discussions shatters her defense of non-involvement. One of the most damning aspects of the Weymouth investigation is the repeated failure of the criminal justice system to incapacitate these actors. Weymouth was staffed by individuals who had been arrested, convicted, and released only to immediately return to the 3100 block. Joel Carrillo Crespo, or Joey, serves as the exact type of person I'm talking about. In 2003, he committed a murder just feet away from the 3100 block of Weymouth Street. He was convicted and sentenced to 15 to 30 years in prison. He served nearly 21 years. Upon his parole release in March 2023, he did not rehabilitate. He immediately resumed a leadership role, according to the FBI. He allegedly managed crack cocaine supply, utilizing the garage.
Nigga Carter had did a dub, came right back to the same block. Is insane, to the same situation, the same team. Nah, bro. They was legendary. I ain't gonna lie. They was intact. That was some intact shit.
On Rover Street, his immediate return to the same block to allegedly commit the same crimes highlights the deep entrenchment of the organization. For Joey, Weymouth was the only home and employer that mattered. Adelita Gonzalez, the street-level dealer, exemplifies the revolving door of local justice. A career offender with convictions dating back to 2003, she was arrested by local police for drug trafficking on October 23, 2025, the day before the massive federal takedown. After being processed and released by local authorities, she did not flee or hide. She went straight back to the 3100 block of Weymouth Street at 6 a.m. FBI surveillance cameras captured her showing her new court paperwork to Weymouth members hours before the raid, treating the arrest as a minor nuisance before resuming work. Angel Rios Valentin was convicted federally in 2020 for possessing a firearm taken from the block. He was sentenced to 60 months. When he got out, he was on federal supervision. He immediately rearmed himself with an even larger arsenal of assault weapons and allegedly resumed his role as enforcer on the block. Following the October 2025 takedown, a fierce legal battle ensued regarding the pretrial detention of all 33 members, specifically Nancy Rios Valentin. A significant portion of the evidence comes from the wiretap of Javier Resto Berrios, or Chicken. A review of 7 days of calls from May 9th to May 16th, 2025 provides a window into the mundane daily grind of this line of work. Weymouth used thin codes like food to refer to heroin, white rice or snow to refer to coke, and chinitas referred to crack cocaine vials. On May 10th, Chicken complains that nothing has come in, including snow, indicating that the supply train had been disrupted. The dealers constantly discussed the schedule. On May 12th, Chicken and Carla Diaz Resto anxiously discuss who has the Tuesday shift, as the shift assignment determines their income for the week. They reference Nancy and Viejo as the financial arbiters of these disputes. On May 9th, Chicken notes that he has taken 50 packets, but checking for slow stuff, which means lower potency or worse product. The indictment of Weymouth is a document of systemic entrenchment. It shows a criminal organization that successfully, effectively seceded from the illegal order of Philadelphia for nearly a decade. By combining family loyalty, corporate logistics, extreme violence, and community propaganda, they created an ecosystem that survived standard policing. The fact that a murder committed in 2003, a gun seized in 2019, and a bag of fentanyl sold in 2025 are all connected by the same family on the same block and the same indictment under the same business model. On the open air market was a highly organized generational enterprise that required a massive federal intervention to dismantle. Whether this latest takedown breaks the quote family tree or merely prunes it for the next generation remains the open question for Kensington. Viejo was arrested following the execution of search warrants in August 2025. Fentanyl, crack cocaine, and over $24,000 in cash and business ledgers were recovered. Beyond the drug trafficking indictment, he is charged with a conspiracy related to an animal fighting ring involving roosters. Agent found a key at his home that opened a neighboring property, where a Glock 27 pistol was recovered. In addition to drug conspiracy charges, the indictment against the 33 defendants shows violent and diverse nature of the enterprise, with charges including the conspiracy to sponsor an animal fighting venture, and also seized were dozens of guns, confirming the group's control over the block and neighborhood. While the removal of the leadership triad and low-level dealers is a significant victory for law enforcement, The long-term challenge remains the balloon effect. The underlying demand for drugs in Philly and Kensington has not been addressed, meaning the thousands of customers who patronized Weymouth Street will likely migrate to adjacent blocks, potentially leading to increased violence as rival groups contest the newly vacant and highly lucrative real estate. Editors know here at the end, I think this was a big political stunt by Kash Patel, the director of the FBI. I feel like after the murder of Charlie Kirk and the release of the non-release of the Epstein files, that Kash Patel was under a lot of pressure, and he basically went to his biggest cities around the country and told their FBI field office, I need your biggest indictment you got right now. So Kash Patel could show up, show his face, and take credit for that. So I feel like this whole thing was a rush political stunt. And I also feel that with most of these charges, nobody is going to be doing serious time. Maybe the top 2 people might get 20 years or something, but I think everybody in this indictment is looking at 10 years or less. A lot of them looking at way less. If you want more in-depth breakdowns of Philly crime and drill scenes, make sure to like the video and subscribe. It helps the channel more than you know. I'm gonna leave it there for now. Thanks for watching American Confidential, and it's
That was crazy, man. Like, that was crazy. Free Weymouth Street. Like, I hope they make it through, because they ain't covered too many violent acts that they was indicted for. It was basically, they was indicted for a lot of drug dealing. You feel me? Same thing that's going on in the everyday struggle. You feel me? Like, I'm no longer intertwined in it, and I don't got no part of it, but I never look down on it. Some people, that's all they know. You feel me? So, wish them the best, man. That was deep. So, that nigga caught a body in 03, came back home to the same set, the same team. Ew. Hold on. Where we at with it next? That was a good American Confidential vibe. This the first Raleigh Hendrick X Comfort vibe. You feel me? The link will be in the description. I'm leaving this vibe up. That's a fact. Let me see. I did want to react to. I did want to get back to mental health awareness, because that's what Comfort is on. So that's what I'm on too. That's what we gonna do. Lace you in some nice, comfortable fabrics to ease your anxiety.
You asked for more ways to create, so we made a major update. Sleeve printing is
with my boy 22 time. Alright, so wham! We about to react to how an ambush on a Baltimore block turned into a life sentence. I like watching these videos from 22 times all the time, you feel me? Because Baltimore is a lot like Philly. Like, these stories be a lot like a lot of Philly underground stories that I may know about and things like that. But yeah, 22 times, great guy. So we on there.
This video is brought to you by
Man, you already right now.
We ain't doing too much.
You see.
I ain't gonna lie
to the end. They hear the full story and all the details in the case. For my day one fam, y'all already know it's all live. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you're feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome.
With that being said, let's get right into the story. Life is all about choices and decisions. Even as a kid, it starts young. You have to make everyday choices. You could do what your parents tell you to do, go to school, pay attention, do your homework, focus on your grades and education. Or you could follow the crowd, want to be the popular kid, class clown, always getting into trouble because of the decisions you made. And as we get older, those choices have a lot more serious consequences. For a lot of young men,
see, I agree with a lot of what he say, but I wasn't more so following the crowd. I was more so one of the leaders of the crowd. That was, you feel me? That was just because my parents were raising me heavily on the strict type time. So once I finally got to the point to where I was like, you know what, man, I'm just doing me. I was about 13, you feel me? And it got bad fast.
In them early teen years, we don't know it then, but our upbringing, experiences, the people we hang around, things we see can shape us. Absolutely. How we think, and the choices we choose to make later on in life. For example, if you were raised in a household where your mother and father got along, they never argued in front of y'all, showed you love and how to lead with love and compassion when dealing with others in the outside world, you probably will be better at staying out the way or dealing with conflict resolution.
Absolutely.
Much better than a child who has been raised and taught opposite. Some are taught to go from 0 to 100 at any time if they feel disrespected, even if somebody doesn't agree with them. Maybe because that's how they were raised in their household. Or sometimes the environment we grow up in also teaches us things our parents might not be responsible for. But as a grown up, it comes a time,
like I was just saying, my parents ain't teach me none of the stuff I was getting in trouble for. All the street stuff that I was on growing up, my parents ain't know nothing about it. My parents, 2 people came from Haiti with nothing but some education. They ain't even have education. My mom ain't had no education when she came. My dad, he went to school in New York. You feel me? Only needed about 2-3 credits to get his degree or whatever. He didn't never finish. So he went to being a chef, and you feel me? Yeah, but long story long, we ain't had none.
We can't blame our parents or upbringing for our choices, because now we should know the consequences of our actions. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we'll be discussing a case of how an ambush on a Baltimore block turned into a life sentence. Back in 2024, Michael Armstrong was a young man trying his best to navigate life in Baltimore. At a young age, his parents split up, causing Michael to rebel and lean more towards outside influences, catching a serious charge at just 17 years old, putting an F on his back, or being considered a convicted felon. But like many of us convicted at a young age, Michael was determined to shake back, now a little bit older and not letting one mistake define his future. He was working and just trying to maintain, but sometimes old habits die hard. And if you are not careful, the person we once was and tried hard to outgrow can come out. According to people that know the young man, he could have a temper problem and didn't like feeling played or tried.
No, that's true though. Like sometimes as hard as you striving and diving, that monkey always on your back, to where as though you can always snap into that person you used to be. Like I just was having a conversation with somebody about that earlier. Like, yeah, you feel me? You got an anger problem. I'm like, no, if anything, my temper's still short, but an anger problem, no. I got that under full control these days. You feel me? I manage my anger like excellently. You feel me? Great. If anything, my temper's still short though. So somebody try to take me there, it ain't gonna take long for me to take it there with them. But as far as like managing my anger, no, I'm great. I smile more than I frown these days. 1,000%.
One day, Michael would get into a heated argument with a 42-year-old woman who we'll call Sheila for the sake of the story. It's not clear how the two knew each other, but he was familiar with the area where she stayed at in Northeast Baltimore and what kind of car she drove. Even though the dispute happened, Sheila brushed it off and continued on with life, thinking nothing about it. In the early morning hours of February 19th, 2024, it was President's Day, and she was getting up, prepared to go to work. She left home. As she drove towards the 5900 block of Plummer Avenue, a person who was parked up hopped out the car and started letting off shots at her vehicle. The shooter emptied the clip. As the woman attempted to flee, she realized she was hit. She crashed her car and flipped over. As the shooter fled the area, neighbors who heard the commotion called BPD and ran outside to try to help the woman. As police responded to the scene, they found Sheila shot twice and a little bruised up from the crash. But miraculously, the woman had survived the attack and was rushed to a local hospital in stable condition. She stated she didn't know who would want to take her life. But back on the scene, police realized how many shots were fired, leading them to believe the attack was personal. Neighbors spoke out about what they heard. One woman claimed her husband told her to hit the deck, and she was terrified. She claimed the area was normally quiet, and even though Baltimore always had a bad reputation, she lived in the city her whole life and never felt that way until now. At first, police had no leads or suspects until a neighbor gave them video footage from a camera on their home. It showed everything.
See, that's exactly how it is nowadays. A neighbor gave the footage up. See, me, when I stopped doing like petty little dumb little knucklehead stuff in the streets, was when I started to realize how many surveillance cameras was coming up everywhere. Because I came up in an era where the cameras didn't work in majority places, or they just didn't have them. So by the time I started to get like into my teens and my early 20s and things like that, that's when people started to get Ring cameras and more stores started to get cameras. I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing none of the knucklehead stuff that I was into. For me, I don't even want to get into what I was into, but shit. Moving like this, never.
A car pulled up, parked, and just sit as Sheila drove up the block. The shooter jumped out and let off shots. Police were able to get a clear view of the tag, and the car came back registered to Michael. He was also pointed out in a photo lineup. The young man was tracked down to a mattress store on Bel Air Road where he worked at. They saw his vehicle parked and told him it had been identified as the getaway car from a shooting that happened the day prior.
He gotta be a ultra goofy. You do, he like. It's crazy because people be this stupid in Philly too. You working a job, you got a full-time job, but you go to try to shoot this lady because of what? I don't even remember what they had an issue about, but what, bro? Then you go to work the same day? Oh my goodness.
Prior. They also got a warrant to search the store and found 2 handguns. Michael was taken in for questioning, which he maintained his innocence the whole time. When asked about his car being used, he claimed he never shot a gun. He told police they can do a gunshot residue test and it would come back negative. They then asked the young man why did his phone ping in a location at the time of the attack. He then told police he in fact witnessed the shooting, but he wasn't the one who shot. When asked about the previous argument with Sheila, he claimed it wasn't that serious. Even though he denied his involvement, Michael was taken into custody, charged with 1st and 2nd degree attempted hit and being a felon in possession of a firearm. As the case made its way to court, there was a lot of delays, so the prosecutors offered Michael a deal. With all the evidence against him, he could plead guilty on all charges and be sentenced to 25 years flat without the possibility of parole. But Michael told them he wanted to pick 12 and go to trial and fight. As the jury heard the evidence against the young man though, he was done and found guilty on all charges. At sentencing, both of his parents were there. His mother gave an emotional statement, pleading with the judge to be lenient. She claimed Michael was not a heartless person. He grew up in a broken household, which triggered mental illness that started at a young age. But his father also spoke out and he loudly stated he did the best he could raising him. He claimed Michael behaved.
See, if Michael would have got introduced to Comfort before, you feel me, he got into this argument with this lady, he probably would have handled that situation completely different. If he had a Comfort hoodie on, he would have calmed all the way down. You feel me? He would have thought about it 1,000 times differently. I promise you. Now he can't. He may never even get a chance to smell Comfort, feel Comfort. You feel me? Like indulge Comfort, like how Rawley's indulging Comfort.
How he did, because that's simply who he was as a person. He also stated social pressures of growing up in his environment corrupted his son. Michael spoke out as well, and he still maintained his innocence. But due to the seriousness of the crime, the judge told him he was a danger to society. And at 31 years old, he was sentenced to life in prison, all suspended, but 70 years. The first 15, no parole, and 5 years probation upon release. I don't know what kind of dispute him and Sheila had. It was stated she had a boyfriend. He was on the scene before police. So I don't think it was romantic. I don't know if they was neighbors, worked together, but I do know the ambush was definitely cold and calculated. And even though Michael maintains his innocence, if that was him shooting at her or whoever it was, they were definitely trying to take her life. She is blessed to still be here. But I want to know y'all thoughts about this situation.
Where?
Leave it in the comments. Yeah, man, crazy story. I mean, fortunately, in this situation, nobody lost their life. But at the end of the day, an argument turned into a life sentence. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. Y'all leave it in the comments. I definitely appreciate you if you made it to the end. Be sure to tap that like button if you're feeling the content.
I'm gonna leave it right here, Tony. I feel like Michael's a cold dweeb. He's a clown. He's a coward. He's the type of dude, if I run into jail and I meet him and I find out about what he booked up, what he locked up for, I won't respect him. I will try to avoid any type of conversation with him and things like that. Like, you feel me? He's the type of boy I wouldn't talk to unless I literally have to. You feel me? Like, you book for something I don't respect. You feel me? Did that to a woman over something petty. He's a clown. He's a weirdo.
Y'all already know it's all love.
And that's the type of things, like, I feel like these type of videos really be having these bulls endangered too, because when a nigga like 22 times do shit like this, a nigga like me, a casual nigga like me that's watching, they looking like, oh, yeah. If he's still involved in the situation, he's still involved in the streets in Baltimore, he can do his homework. You feel me? Like, yeah, I know jail, they find out jail this nigga in. Feel me? Get locked up. You look at you know certain nigga you can look for to wreck on if you ever stressed out in there. You feel me? Find one of them goofy niggas that did some nut ass shit to one of these women. She got revenge after her boyfriend separated her 19-year-old daughter. It's nasty. We pay for keeps. No hood, no me. No new niggas ain't nothing about trying to read the team. I be running to react to NBA type of stuff, but NBA be copyright shit. So I don't even be trying. I don't even be trying shit. All the NFL's CTE problems. How long have I been on stream for? That's something nice and clean though. Make sure I ain't eating none. Got big things coming though, man. Major things coming, man. About to see Raleigh get on some real commercial. You feel me? When it comes to the ads, I ain't talking about like commercial as far as like my content. My content gonna stay my content, but as far as like my ads, you gonna see me get on some real like real actor vibey. I mean, like yeah, real comfort. Yeah. You mean? All right. Start breaking down comfort real nice and firm for y'all. You feel me? To establish how, you feel me, just not just a fabric and things like that. It's really to help people fight their battles. You feel me? That we don't see every day. Everybody's fighting battles that we don't see. Everybody's fighting mental health, whether you want to believe it or not, especially in the black community. That's why I'm a great representative for comfort, because niggas love to deny a mental health situation until it get too bad, until you really in a mental health hospital, and you really, you feel me, like, or imagine things like that. In the black community, they be like, man, ain't nothing wrong with me, man, ain't no anxiety, nigga. I was just a little, for me, I was just a little nervous. I ain't nobody anxious, nigga. Ain't nobody got no anxiety. I was just nervous that night, nigga. Yeah, right, nigga. Got anxiety, nigga. Twitching all the time and shit, nigga. You fucking eye bleed, you sleep with one eye open, nigga. That's anxiety. Real right. But no, I'm a great representative of comfort. You feel me? Especially once you go do your own research and your homework and you see like what the company stands for, and then you get the sweatsuit and you wear the sweatsuit and you feel like how it make you feel, like this is like something like you will get in like a super mental hospital where you like say, dog, this is just too cozy and comfy, like, you know what I mean? This something they'll give you to put you right off. You get this, like, what? Then they got the, hold on, I'm about to go to the Comfort website in a few. Comfort got they got the hoodies with the blinders for the for the flights. Like, what? Uncovering the rap myth, a Philly rap myth. Me. Should I react to this? Let me react to this. I know about this story from back in the day, but let's react to the real Meek Mills uncovering a Philly rap myth. That's my next reaction. Next reaction is the real Meek Mills uncovering a Philly rap myth. The guy that they say is the real Meek Mill. They try to say Meek got his name from him. Let's see. I don't think it's true, but
there are many myths that have been in the Philadelphia rap scene. One of them is the origin of the Meek Mills name. At the time, 2 rappers in the city were emerging with similar names. One of them was Rameek Walton, also known as Meek Mills. Rameek was born on November 24, 1980, and was the youngest member of the popular rap group Nom Brigade from the late 1990s to late 2000s, that was known for their hit single Early in the Game, featuring another Philly legendary rapper Freeway in 2002, in which he had a standout and memorable verse on the song. The other was Robert Rameek Williams, also known as Meek Mill. Robert was born on May 6, 1987. At the time, he was an upcoming rapper in the underground Philadelphia rap scene in his teens to early 20s, from popular mixtapes and appearances on local rap DVDs. In interviews, Robert stated that his rap name came from his family members always calling him Meek, a shorter version of his middle name, Rameek. In 2002, Meek Mills of Nom Brigade was arrested for an attempted murder charge and subsequently had to do a 2 to 5 years prison sentence. While on the rise in the rap scene, Meek Mill started to get some traction in the city in the early 2000s. Around 2005, Meek Mill got into a rap feud with another Philly rapper, Reed Dollars. In a diss song named Third Round Knockout, Reed started the accusation that Meek Mill stole his name from Meek Mills from Nam Brigade.
Catch Reed on the block, posted up with the Bills at. I see Meek, but damn, where the fuck is the Mills at? Gates is out here, my niggas boxed or shot up. So calm down, Meek Mills from Nam is locked up.
As the rap feud started to heighten between the two.
Yo, this whole time, my whole life, I used to be saying this bar, and I never knew he was saying, oh my God, Meek from Nam Brigade is locked up. He said, my niggas robbed Meek Mills from Nam. He said, so I gotta watch that. We gotta watch that video after this.
Meek Mills from Nam Brigade came home from jail in 2005.
Hold on.
So calm down. Damn, where the fuck is the Mills at? Gates is out here, my niggas boxed or shot up. So calm down, Meek Mills from Nam is locked up.
As the rap feud started to heighten between the two, Meek Mills from Nam Brigade came home from jail in 2005. At that time, he became aware of the other Meek Mill through Reed reaching out to him and them getting associated with each other, being that they both were from the same section of the city, which is Southwest Philadelphia. Reed was also working on a mixtape and DVD named Enemy of the State. On the DVD, it shows footage of him and Meek Mills were working on music, and seemingly a diss song toward Meek Mill, claiming he stole the name and that the real Meek Mills was back to claim it back.
Get off my dick! Meek Millie was the dilly, let him feel the flame. This nigga stole your name, and he stole your fame. Well, let these motherfuckers know what you come to claim. Real Meek Mills, sip gang, ain't chains. Top class, sip gang, what it do, nigga? The real Meek right here. Who is you, nigga? Now really want my...
Bro, I never seen none of this. I knew of another Meek Mills, but back then when it was like being exposed on YouTube when I was younger, they didn't have too much footage that was out on him. You feel me? They had no footage or no pictures. I didn't remember what he looked like or nothing. So now that I'm watching this and I'm reacting to it, right now it's good. Like, this is good content, brother. I ain't gonna lie.
Boys on their ass, binoculars, choppers, and send my boys in the mask.
I never knew he was working. He had a track with Reed. The other Meek Mills had a track with Reed that they was dissing Meek. That is crazy. I did not know that at all.
You was fucking slow, nigga, try to steal your buzz. Slandered your name, but still couldn't still love. Fucking with us, he get his whole crew good with slugs. Smoking bustin' when we rise. Southwest 5-8 all the way down. Everybody is here, we on our way now. We bring the big K's out and hit up their brain rounds. Era of the JBL niggas will way down. Now I had to spray brown. Meek Millie was your dilly, let him feel the flame. This nigga stole your name, and he stole your fame. Well, let these motherfuckers know what you come to claim. Real Meek Mill, set gang, ain't like chains. I got this nigga on my dick, till I'm done for. Put him on first pie, then sold off. None of that red rag from on top, your raggedy braids. He like the mouse in his hole, this nigga's afraid. Yeah, I'm the brigade. I beat you through that door, try to show us how to do. If you really got something to prove, that rap, I don't got nothing to lose. So ooze, I was a high, no signal, shut like rhinos. Sitting your leg, they hit your chest. Everyone except these vital, even the book is better like vital. I ain't no sucker for some of the rock in the BT. What you did? Stole my name, rebel my fame, while I was upstate, doing my thing. Big with G. I
ain't gonna lie, when I be watching these type of videos, it really be having me thinking like, damn, like when I be looking at everybody, even though I don't recognize, I'll be still wondering like, damn, man, have I seen him recently or where is he at? Like, I be wondering like what was people doing with their lives in this day and age, like whether they passed away, maybe they going to jail or whatever the case may be. Maybe moved to another city, became a whole nother person. You feel me? Like, people really be changing. Like, life really be happening, bro. Yeah.
Whether Reed started this as a false rumor just to discredit Meek Mill just for a rap battle, or he actually believed that he stole Meek Mill's name is unknown. Whatever the motive was, this started an animosity that Meek Mills had toward the younger Meek Mill about the name. And being that in this era of rap originality was key, so copying, also known as biting another rapper's name or lyrics, was considered a form of disrespect. As the mid-2000s came around, Meek Mill was starting to gain some more notoriety for his popular mixtapes and having a local hit song, In My Bag, that was starting to get him some buzz and local radio play. This got him the attention of rap icon T.I., who signed him to his Grand Hustle record label in 2008. This allowed him to do music with more mainstream artists outside of Philly, so he can reach other bigger markets. Also, in the late 2000s, he was working on a movie called Streets, in which one of the members of Nam Brigade, Sonny Black, also acted in, and the other members of Nam Brigade, not including Meek Mills, who wasn't making music at the time with the group, made the title soundtrack song to the movie.
Wow.
In a 2018 interview, Sonny Black detailed an incident where Nam and Meek Mill were filming for the movie at a studio in Southwest Philadelphia for a week. On a particular day, Meek Mills came with 12 street associates to confront Meek Mill, in which Sonny had to defuse the situation, stating his approach was unwarranted. Another incident between the two was at concert held by Batcave Radio, a popular Philly underground rap radio station ran by P-Funk and legendary producer and engineer Ruggedness, also known as Rug. The concert was called Batcave Live at a local Philly venue named Trocadero, in which Meek Mill performed at on October 26, 2010. Meek Mill made a statement at the end of his set, in which Meek Mill's thought was directed towards him.
It's your boy Meek Millie, man. Shout out to motherfucking T-Raw, ARN. This is that real nigga show right here. I ain't do that so fly that make them say none of that. We on that real nigga shit, and none of these niggas can't stand with us. Grab that street wherever, how we want to take it. It's your boy Meek Millie. Let's get it!
This made Meek Mills from Nam and his associates confront Meek Mill after the show, in which the two sides went back and forth. In the audio, Meek Mill seemed agitated with the claim of him stealing the name, and Meek Mills from Nam stating his claim of the name and wanting him to recognize that he was the original one.
Living life in on stalking on my own.
Stop it. Yo. Yeah, beat turned right up. I ain't gonna lie.
The name, and Meek Mills from Nam stating his claim of the name and wanting him to recognize that he was the original one.
Turn it up.
That's my man. That's what I'm saying, like on the strip of me, like, you dig me? I'm just saying, like, you just talking like we ain't got no fun.
I wonder what's going on.
Conversation about all the extra little slick shit at the end of the performance. You know what I'm saying? You looking down there in my direction. Is that for me? You know what I'm saying? I wanted to talk to you before. You know what I'm saying? You want to turn the music up, man? Fuck that camera. My name Meek Mills. That's my motherfucking name.
This initiated Meek Mills to start dissing Meek Mill publicly in interviews and songs. In an interview about a month after their confrontation at the Trocadero, Meek Mills told his side of the incident.
But when Batcave had
bro, I never knew they had got into it like this. You feel me? They really kept this under wraps as far as like Meek's side, like Meek Mill's side. He apparently he's going public with it now, but I don't think Meek ever said anything about it for far as I remember back in the day. Like, but that was probably his PR. You know, Meek he had signed with Maybach not too long after all of this, so his PR probably like, listen, you better not say nothing about this dude ever, because you're gonna popularize two people. Nah, just stay you, Meek Mill, and forget disease, whatever you had going on.
The show, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect to Rug, P-Funk, whatever, you know what I'm saying? They got these circles of who they rock with, but they call everybody in the city, you know what I'm saying? And they ain't call none. I ain't gonna call none. Like that, we felt disrespected. You know what I'm saying? I ain't feel disrespected personally, but my boys felt disrespected. And they felt like we should have got a call. You know what I'm saying? Why didn't we get a call? Like, that's an OG call. We got seniority. You know what I'm saying? Not to say, you know what I'm saying, my brother's up in age, you know what I'm saying? I'm the youngest one out of camp, you know what I'm saying? But that should have been a seniority call, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no discrepancies, ain't no beef about it. It's all been done with. We came through 20 deep, you know what I'm saying? And somebody said something on stage, you know what I'm saying? And after the show was over, they was like, well, he around there. You know what I'm saying? So I go around there and I'm like, you know, who was that directed to?
Yeah.
Hold up, I'm tired of y'all dudes, you know what I'm saying, approaching me 20 deep all the time, you know what I'm saying? Then start walking around, throwing your hands up, you talking to nobody because you walking around, you know what I'm saying? Who, my son? Hey, my son, the dude with the same name as me. Asked him why he got the same name as me, and he's like, you know what I'm saying, why would I want to have the same name as you? I'm up here trying to figure that out. You never told that a million times. You know what I'm saying? You got it, you got a fan base, that's cool, but that's still my name, and I ain't changing it for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I asked, you know, well, I'm gonna say a nigga name, Say my name then. Now, the campaign is say my name. Because whenever you say his name, you say my name. You know what I'm saying? I just want the whole fucking city to know that. And whoever else say Meek Mill outside of this city, when you say that name, you say my name. I don't give a fuck who take it like what. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep it music. You know what I'm saying? All I ask for is my just do. Let's put the cameras on and let's go, champ. You know what I'm saying? Lyrically, I'm a fucking beast. Always been one, and that shit ain't gonna change.
He also dropped songs like this one, dissing Meek Mill about the name again.
It's still your host, the motherfucking original Meek Mills. Little nigga pop your shit. Bloodhounds get buried by pits. The motherfucking grave, the dog graveyard is full of niggas like you, man. You little bastard. I burst you, nigga. Shut ass cat, pussy. Take the Z off, man. It's still my name.
Even with all of the disses, Meek Mill never responded back to Meek Mills on songs or in interviews. It may have been due to the fact that he went mainstream not long after signing to Rick Ross's Maybach Music Group, having more national hit songs, and dropping his debut album in 2012, Dreams and Nightmares.
His PR rep was like, boy, you better not ever acknowledge that nigga. We got millions and millions ahead of you. You feel me? Forget that dude. Like,
in that case, not feeling the need to address it now that his career is established, no longer just being a local artist, the fans knowing him by that name as time went on and not challenging it. In any event, Meek Mills made music sporadically throughout the 2010s under that name, even calling himself the real Meek Mills on his mixtapes, songs, and music videos, plus he ceased with the dissing. In the end, each artist went on with their careers, causing the myth to die as well, and just to be a mere coincidence. Like, comment and subscribe for more.
That was good. I already subbed to him. That was good. That was good. I ain't gonna lie. I was about to look up. Yeah, what happened to this Mills guy? You ain't even finding him now. Even if you add this, all Meek shit come out. That's funny. I never knew Meek had a back and forth with him like that, bro. I never knew Meek had a back and forth with the other Meek Mill, bro. Other Meek Mills. I knew the Meek Mills, but I never knew he had, like, you feel me? They niggas was going at it like that. That's funny. Meek made sure he buried that nigga. I don't see nothing about that dude. Can't find nothing about him. But yeah, man, this was a good stream, man. A good first stream under the Comfort team. You know what I'm saying? Got plenty more heat on the way. Big vlog coming very, very soon. More story times, more reactions, you know, more streams. You know what I mean? We'll shop Comfort now and get 15% from me. Link in it will be in the description. So I'm leaving this VOD up and we gonna rock it right out. You feel me? From the tube to the moon, another stream coming soon. You know what I mean? Let's ball. Push it up. Don't even mind. Don't even mind. In the stream. Keep it clean.
Come on, man. Don't come me with this nut shit, man. Like, come on, what's up?
Oh my God, you lying. You lying to me, nigga.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what's up, man? What?
Who got you got in your face now? Come on now. I've been hearing some foul shit about you back in Uptown. Like, what's up?
Like, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Nah. You explain it to me, nigga. You know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I don't know nobody up here. I don't with nobody up here. I ain't with nobody up here. I'm not from Uptown.
Lying ass nigga. You ain't shit. Do I gotta holler her name too?
Who is she?
Nigga,
I know you've been searching for a lover, but I'm not the one that's for ya. I will break your heart, destroy ya. I put money way before ya, destroy ya. Call my phone, I ignore ya. I'm on go, I can't slow us up, I go. I'm not sober. Pint on pint, lean on ice. Oh me, oh my, we so high. No, we don't sleep at night. We creep at night. Trying to rob, taking your packs and we mob. Bitches the mob, we gon' jump out, hop out, cuts with rods. And clear the scene, bitch, ain't no way you gon' come between me and my cream. Bitch, ain't no way you gon' come between me and my team, me and my bros. We way too close, carving murals on your totem pole. Cry me a river, take this tissue, baby, blow your nose. Can't be your lover, you a freak and everybody knows. Girl, I'm a demon, I'm pimpin' and I won't retire. Gotta keep my distance, got a vision, gotta stay persistent. Gotta put that work in my time.